Yes.
Hi, I'm Jianxi. I'm the head of public relations and marketing for RoboTeam Twente. On behalf of my team members, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to our design presentation. Despite unsupportive coronavirus measures, our team has worked hard to organize this event for you all, for our sponsors, our partners, the RoboTeam community, such as the previous RoboTeams, as well as for all the robot enthusiasts out there. I will now walk you through the agenda. We would begin by talking about RoboTeam Twente, our objectives, what we aim to do. This would be followed by a short discussion about RoboCup, its objectives and how it relates to what we do. Thereafter, we will give you a glimpse of the team of 2020-2021. Our team manager would step on at this point and she would tell you how this year has treated us so far. She would give you a sneak peek into the design and she will direct you to a webpage where you can view short videos about the designs of each sub-teams. Please note that this is just an introduction and not the actual design presentation. To view the specifics, please visit the website, the details about which will follow at the end of the presentation. For now, the question is, what is RoboTeam Twente and what do we do? The short answer to that is we aim to inspire and innovate in the field of robotics and artificial intelligence. We inspire by organizing events, workshops, and presentations. Specifically, we do this for school children, hoping to instill a sense of curiosity in them for AI. We also innovate, and one of the ways we achieve this is through participation in RoboCup. This begs the question, what is RoboCup? In 2050, a team of fully autonomous humanoid soccer players will win a soccer game, complying with the official FIFA regulations against the World Cup winner at that point, the latest World Cup winner. Of course, for the exact wording, you can look at the slide, but this is the main objective and essence of RoboCup. With this goal in mind, RoboCup every year organizes an annual robotic competitions. This competition has multiple leagues, as you can see from the slide, but us as RoboTeam Twente, we focus on the RoboCup Soccer League. Put in other words, the objectives of RoboCup is to promote AI research through a fun and public challenge. This also makes RoboCup a landmark project because the realization of this objective will have massive implications in the field of artificial intelligence. The first RoboCup was organized in the year 1997 and had a turnout of more than 5,000 people. Quite a gathering, I must say. From that point onwards, there was no looking backwards, and each year we had a RoboCup challenge. This was until last year when RoboCup was cancelled due to coronavirus restrictions. And recently we got the news that the upcoming version of RoboCup will be an online event. We very much look forward to it since this would be the first time that RoboCup would be held in a digital environment. Before we go on to tell you about our participation plans for 2021's RoboCup, let's retrace our steps to the history of RoboTeam. In 2016, a group of highly motivated students came up with the idea of forming a team to promote robotics and AI. They noticed that all around them, there were student teams dealing with hot-button topics such as sustainability, energy, going green, etc. And yet there was not a single dedicated entity to promoting artificial intelligence. With that objective in mind, they worked hard for 1.5 years and gave shape to what we now know as RoboTeam Twente. The team of 2020-2021 is actually the 5th generation of RoboTeam. As you can see from the numbers on the slides, we have quite a team here, with 22 members, coming from 9 different study programs ranging from applied mathematics and applied physics all the way to business administration. Although the team composition has changed year after year and the structure of the team has not remained constant at all, one thing actually has, and that is we take the experience and knowledge from our predecessors and we try to build upon it. This design presentation is exactly about that. It will tell you how we aim to build upon the knowledge that we got from the previous team, what our design goals are at the team level as well as the sub-team level. And who knows, maybe with all those improvements of design that we plan to do, we might even end up winning the first place in the upcoming RoboCup version. I would now like the team manager to continue with the rest of the presentation.
Hi everyone, I'm Cassandra and I'm going to tell you more about how this year has been so far and what we are actually doing. So this year has been quite different than the previous years. First of all, because of Corona, but not only that, also because we've moved offices twice. An old publishing office was being rebuilt into new offices for 5 student teams. This took a bit longer than expected, so for 2 months we had to move to a temporary office. After which, in the beginning of December, we finally moved here in Capital 25, which very much suits our needs, and we are very happy to be here. Due to Corona, however, we mainly work at home. But now, let's take a look at what we're actually working on. So, as this is only the introduction to the real design presentation, which is posted on our website, which I will give you the link to in a bit, I will show you what we have been doing without too much details, and you can look the rest up on the website. So the general goal of our team this year is to make the system more reliable, accurate, and robust. So let's get into the hardware. The mechanics team is responsible for designing, building, and repairing the robot. The goal this year is to reduce the downtime by improving the repairability and robustness of the robot. This is done by first redesigning the plastic parts, 2, improve the damping in the front assembly, and designing and manufacturing our own solenoids. Now, let's take a look at the other hardware sub-team, electronics. The electronics team is responsible for everything that happens on the PCBs, as you can see on the slide. The main task this year of electronics is to improve the robustness and giving more data to the control team. This is done by making the battery voltage meter digital, by replacing the voltage regulator, changing the top board from a 2-layer to a 4-layer PCB, and also adding overvoltage protection. Now we've seen the hardware, let's get into control. The control sub-team is responsible for guaranteeing the design behavior of the robot, controlling the electronics and the mechanic elements of the robot to accomplish the expected behavior commanded by the AI. This year's control design is oriented to understanding the actual behavior of the robot so that we can generate meaningful data to maximize the game control. For this purpose, control focuses their design on improving the following features: the ball reception control, the traction control, the rotation control, and building knowledge of the shoe performance. Now, let's take a look at the behavior of our robots. The AI team is responsible for decision making in our system. They use process data from the camera hanging above the field to make decisions about the behavior of the team. The best strategy must be chosen, its roles divided, the destination must be chosen, and even the path to the destination has to be calculated. So the goal this year is to keep the code maintainable, intuitive, reliable, and increasing the consistency of the robot's performance. This is done by improving the path planning, by implementing logging, redesigning the system architecture, and adding an interface web application. Now, you might think this is all, but no. Last but not least is the RoboCup challenge. The technical challenge sub-team is responsible for the RoboTeam's participation in this year's Vision Blackout Challenge. The goal of this challenge is to develop a solution that ultimately allows the robot to manipulate the ball without the global vision system that is usually used in a competition. It consists of 4 stages with an increasing level of difficulty. So the first goal is to grab a stationary ball. The second one is to score with the ball on an empty goal. The third one, which is slightly more difficult, is to score with the ball on a defended goal and then move the robot to specific coordinates. Are you wondering about their solution and how we are obviously going to win this challenge? Then please take a look at the webpage. Here you can see all the different sub-teams with short videos with someone explaining our designs. So please follow the link and go there. If you have any questions, we will be online for the next 45 minutes. And we will add the YouTube chat in a bit so you can ask questions there. Thank you very much for listening.